So I'm Kylie. I'm the director of Healthy Emporium. We provide specialist support coordination and level 2 support coordination services to NDIS participants across Australia now, although we predominantly focus from northern New South Wales through to the Sunshine Coast, but we also have participants in Melbourne, and we have just launched into South Australia as well, which is exciting. So we just provide that one service and really just stay in our lane and specialise just in that support coordination.
That's awesome. I was going to ask you, whereabouts are you guys now? But you're everywhere.
Yes, we are.
And so you guys have been with us for almost, what, is it 12 months now, or is it a bit longer?
Just over. So we transitioned at the end of financial year in 23. So yeah, clicked over a year now, which has gone very fast.
Very fast. And what was the specific, I guess, software problems that you guys were facing before using Astalty?
Yeah, so I guess a few things was subscriptions to other platforms for different templates. Although it was quite good, we knew everything was, bringing on new staff, it was a lot of things to say, this is here and that's there, and lots of different platforms, which also has a cost factor to it as well. So from a business perspective, to minimize costs, that was a big thing. Signing of documents through third-party subscriptions, that was another thing, that we had to subscribe to. So that's really been minimized now with Astalty. The notifications that I guess for us in our business that we wanted to set up for the support coordinators to make things really easy for them, they were really limited in the space where we were with the previous CRM. So there's a lot of manual handling happening, and when we're doing our internal audits, a lot of, hey, you've forgotten this, you've forgotten that. So that was obviously a problem, and we needed to find a solution for that. There was limited reporting features for me as a director, trying to get that data in an easy way. I had to have a lot of people kind of, hey, don't forget to get me this data this month, this one, all time consuming, which took them away from other tasks they were doing as well. Integration was a huge one. I know I don't do the accounts side of my business anymore, but my accounts was very grateful when we switched over, because that integration with Xero was a massive thing. I think in the previous CRM we were with, it was a lot of download, upload, saving, whereas this is a lot more streamlined. I don't know much about it, but she gives me a lot of feedback, in that regard. A big thing for us was adding in like case notes with the previous platform. It wasn't like an auto save, or you couldn't do it from anywhere. So they'd be working on something and go into something else and lose it. And poor support coordinator is going, I've just spent so much time on this and now I've lost all of that, and I have to kind of recreate that, which then you're not billing for that because that's not the participant's fault. So then KPIs weren't being met, and it creates a whole world of, problems in that space. And I think compliance management as well. That was another big thing of which links to notifications, that notifications weren't going out, so the staff are getting a bit more of a manual process of when they had to update all their compliance documents, which was easy to be missed in the world of what we do and all the jobs we have every single day.
Yeah. And when you're onboarding staff and you have to show them like so many different pieces of software, that can be quite overwhelming as well. If you're new to the organization, you have to show them kind of like 3 or 4 different pieces of software. So it's great just to be able to go in here, and Astalty will handle everything basically.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
And it sounds like it made your accountant's life much easier as well.
Yeah, accountants love it. They really enjoy that.
Awesome. And what was the decision to choose Astalty?
Well, the biggest thing for us was the features that it was coming, and everything we kind of asked, we had that faith that was kind of already thought about from Astalty. Like they were already forward thinking, whereas the current CRM we were with was, this is a platform, and anything I asked for was kind of like, no, well, this is the platform we built, and it wasn't evolving with the industry over time. And I guess our needs of what we need, not that we want, you can't have a provider do everything that you want, it wasn't evolving. I think that also the knowledge from the founders that it's a solution focused, because that's why you invest in things as a business, is you have a problem, and if that's going to, solve that problem. So it was very solution focused. And seemed to be really interested in the feedback to grow Astalty as well, taking on board the ideas that we had and say, hey, is there a way to incorporate this? We kind of had good confidence that was going to be, we're going to be heard, and, have an option around that as well.
So what results have you guys achieved after working with Astalty?
Okay, I guess the biggest game changer for us has been templates. I cannot thank Stolty enough for that implementation. Has been absolutely phenomenal. It has made, I guess we do in like my team leaders at Health Emporium do monthly audit for the support coordinators to make sure they're across all that. And those are just so much quicker now because the templates has made that so much streamlined. They just know, like the templates have been able to create like, especially like a case note template when you're doing something, just follow X, Y, Z. It's made it simple for them. They don't have to think about it. They literally click on that and it does it. So that's been huge, which that flows over into managing KPI, minimizing SC funds as well, because it has created incredible time management and taken them, time away from all those mediocre manual handling, having to ring their team leader to say, oh, I forgot how to do this. If you're doing a support plan, literally click on the support plan template and you follow it. Like someone that doesn't even work in this industry could probably come in and somewhat do a lot of our business because of the templates, if you just follow the templates. That's been huge. Yeah, so the goals was a feature that I sort of asked myself, will we use this? And couldn't quite see how it would fit. But as a support coordinator now, if you remember to add that each time you do a task, come plan review, you're not having to go back through and go, who do we put in place, who ceased, all these kind of things and the barriers that you might want to communicate to the planner, especially for those complex participants around, the changes that we're having all the time. I was kind of going back to service agreements to go, all right, who do we have over that 12 months, 2 years? It might be 3-year plans now. So that really helps a lot. Records, that has been incredible. That's just another thing around compliance. Again, the records enables us to put in when that's due again, and it's not then a manual task. When you take away the manual, you take away people forgetting. So that is then going to come up. Once again, run a report, you know what's missing, and it's easy to get up to date with that compliance.
Yeah, all really good features. I love the templates, the goals, and the records. Compliance is not everyone's cup of tea, but it makes it easy, right? When you can run a report and see everything there. So
yeah,
that's great. And any final thoughts or recommendations for any other founders or business owners in your position?
I think honestly, the biggest thing for me was when I look back on my Astalty journey is why didn't I do it sooner rather than later? And for me, it was at the time we had a significant size organization, I guess, and it was how are we going to navigate this? This is a lot to get across from one provider to another. And it was once I surrendered, it was such a seamless process. Like there was work to be done. But on the flip side now, I just wish I had done it a lot sooner because the cost effectiveness, the time management, the staff also are feeling so much more competent and empowered because they have all of this support behind. They've got those, like we all have processes and policies, right? But who goes back and looks at them all the time? When they're working on this system and it's there in front of them, they literally click a box and click budget case note and it's there, and it just makes it also nice for them.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that, Kylie. And for anyone who's interested, how can they find out more about your business?
Yeah, so Healthy Emporium has a website, healthyemporium.com.au. On there's an incredible library of resources available as well for you to maximise your NDIS plan. We have a referral form, and we also have the link to all of our teams. So you can find out a little bit about the team. I think the important part is in support coordination is that we have a vast variety of coordinators from different backgrounds. And finding the right support coordinator that links to you, is super important to make sure they're knowledgeable and they're interested in the area where your disability lies to get the most out of your plan.